Hi, welcome to HeKate's Crossing as I continue this journey of cards of time. So let's have a look at we've sort of introduced the deck a little bit and we're looking at reading patterns now. So you can start with just one card. Basically says, okay, get in the right mood for your question. It's considered useful to actually write down the question to become clearer about the actual phrasing. Then shuffle the cards and draw one card of time, regardless of whether you use your left hand or right hand from a semicircular fan of cards lying face down on the table in front of you. So let's, for example, we decide to do a reading in about when, just for an example, when will I move? Okay, when will I move? Oh, that flew. Okay, when will I move? It says 4. So it could be 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months. Okay, so it says 4. Could be a Wednesday, which does say. And it says, make up a balance, be entirely realistic. It's maybe about being realistic. So it could be within 4 weeks, a month, 4 months. Maybe it's the 4th. Maybe it's the 4th of whatever month it is. Maybe it's a Wednesday. Whatever the 4th is on a Wednesday. Who knows? Let's have a look and see what it says in the book. Okay, Wednesday, it says Mercury, make up balance entirely realistic. The circle of wholeness with the cross of the earth underneath and the bowl of conception above it is the planet sign of Mercury. The colour lime, a yellowish green, symbolises solution. Okay. Energy flow and excitation of the immune system and colour therapy. The ruddy crystal shows that a very delicate vital energy is present which can make magic happen. Number 4 shows that was built so far now needs to be secured. So maybe there's something that needs to be secured before I will move. Maybe there's something that needs to be in stability. It needs to be secure, needs to be in stability. Maybe foundations need to be built. Mercury, equivalent to Hermes in Roman mythology, is the messenger of the gods who does not only deliver messages from higher spheres, but also a god of money, trade. Okay, so waiting for money to arrive, which could be important, of course. Waiting for that to be done as well. Okay, pause for a moment and level-headedly think where the energy can flow and where it is stowed, what has been achieved and what is yet to come, what resources do you possess and which of them are worth using. Be entirely realistic. Yet to me it feels like I'm not going to move until things are secure, money's come in some way. Maybe it could be within the next month or so, maybe it could be on the 4th of something. It could be interesting, and it's a Wednesday. So yeah, interesting. So lots of things about the 4 that could come into play in regards to this question, and we don't really know until it actually happens. These are only an idea, a suggestion. Maybe there's some things that need to come into play first before this actually happens. So interesting thing to think about. Okay, so let's have a look at the 2-card spread in this with cards of time. It says, whenever there is something to reconcile with your partner, you can draw both the cards described above, lay them out side by side, and interpret them together. Okay, so if there's 2 of you, you could do that. Let's just do this. HeKate and 3. So let's have a look. We've got search for joy and stay agile, and it'll work out soon. So as you searching for your happiness, your joy and everything like that. It will work out, everything will be a-okay overall. So it's an interesting combination of cards. I mean, there could be more to it. You could go into the book and get a little bit more information, of course. So you look at Saturday. Let's have a look at Saturday. Okay, so let's just have a look. Card is dominant by an earthy orange brown hue that conveys concealment. So something could be something that's concealed. Could tell you that at the moment that something has not quite been open. Can't quite see what's actually going on at the moment. Seven is considered the number of destiny, corresponds therefore with the day's name. Which Saturn, you can find a certain tension between the need for safety on one hand and the weakness for gleaming. Just talks a little bit more about that. For everything there is a season, work and leisure, love and grief, laughing and crying. Planet Saturn is considered the ruler of time. Appreciate time as a quality of its own. So that's interesting. And then the 3. To me it feels like something's quite hidden, something's not quite being out in the open just yet. And then we've got, it'll work out soon, 3 days, 3 weeks. So constructive dynamics, structure, patterns, and talent, remind you of the magic of the goods. Now, when planning a great deed, you need to know that you patiently need to take one step at a time. Yeah, so things seem to be hidden. You really is about taking your time, one step at a time, to achieve your goals and where you want to be. So that's an interesting message. Okay, so let's have a look. Next one here, we're going to do this one here, and then we'll leave it at that for now until the next video, because I really don't want these videos for too long. So card of time, we've got, think about your question, frame it, then draw 3 cards that represent the present, the past and the future. First card will state the moment or time frame that was relevant to your question in the past. Second card will denote the time that is presently important. And the third card will point out the time frame that matters for your question in the future. Okay, so let's think about, again, about the moving aspect of it. And we're going to look at the present, the past and the future. Oops. So here we have the present, the past, the present, and the future. Okay, so the present, the present, the past, and the future. Okay, so yes, it was the present. So in the present, it says times of life. Should be like that. That's right there. That's right. So it says in the moment, it's about reflecting the world reflects you. So to me, it's about being in the moment, looking around at your chaos, what's going on. So the past talks about 10, which is interesting. 10 weeks, perceived success. So maybe I had perceived success in the past, and in the future, maybe it's about 11 weeks. Having a fresh, give a fresh impetuous. Fresh impetuous. So it does talk about 11, so maybe the time frame is 11. So it does talk about maybe 10 weeks in the past was a sense of giving perceived success, times of life. That's interesting. So then again, diving into the cards a little bit more could give you, let's have a look. Let's look at this Capricorn, right? Okay, so it does talk about it's number 10, time of winter, solstice, when a new light can be surprised over a darkest day. And the Capricorn phase from December to January. Okay. You discover answers from a question. So I really had answers from December to January, which is about true. Yeah, we did have some questions. So yeah, definitely feels like that. Sounds interesting. Okay, so let's look at Aquarius for the future, which tells us January, February. Okay, so we're talking about number 11, hidden underneath the wintry snow, that new life evolved. Time frame of Aquarius, 20th of January to February, you'll find out. So answers still to maybe come into fruition. It's about being in the now. This is interesting when you start having a really good look at the cards. Okay, let's look at its times of life. You reflect the world reflects you. A cosmic hourglass pours its sand from the faraway heavens, the mundane plains of moon, rivers, suns and dunes. There's a higher power that guides you in your life. So yeah, it does feel like in the moment it is about things being guided as they should be. So maybe in the past there was a sense of perceived success. In this moment it is about letting things going with the flow, allowing things to be guided. You'll be guided on the right path, and in the future to achieve my goals, it definitely gives me a sense of fresh. Let's have a look at that. What did I say it was? Oh, it allows me to receive the answers that I have will come in time. I just feel like it's just fresh, impetuous. To me, this gives us a fresh perspective. It definitely feels as though it's definitely a fresh start, fresh perspective, looking at things differently. So interesting indeed. So that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel, like, subscribe and ring the bell. I will put a link to the blog post as well in here. So that's it from me. Take care.